They would steal cars, go out, commit crimes. They would get caught. In fact, the first time we caught them, I caught the two of them sleeping in a stolen car. And they didn't have enough room at the jail to hold them. They didn't have the staffing to hold these folks in jail through prosecution, and so they got out. They still had an addiction, and their addiction drove property crime behavior. They stole more cars, got arrested, went to jail again, got released again because of overcrowding, stole more cars. And so you have two folks who got a pretty lengthy sentence because the jail didn't have the staff to hold them. And to me, what's even worse than that is we have a string of victims that we didn't have to have. Good citizens in Eugene and in the greater Lane County who had their homes broken into, had their cars stolen, had their sense of safety and security taken away from them because these two folks had an addiction that was out of control, and 2 or 3 days in jail doesn't cure the addiction. And it doesn't hold them long enough to be prosecuted and sent away. So you hear a lot of talk these days about overcrowding in the state prisons, and I've heard some talk about reducing sentences in the state prison. Well, one easy way to reduce sentences would be to give us more prosecutors and more jail space so that we can hold these offenders locally and prosecute them for fewer crimes, because otherwise they're getting out of jail and they're committing more crimes, and those crimes are committed while under indictment for the crimes that put them in jail in the first place. So you end up with more victims, you end up with longer sentences, you end up with more overcrowded prisons. It could have been solved up front by having more prosecutors and more jail beds.